Hey class, hey Weston. So today I'm going to teach you about the most interesting topic on energy, and that is hydrogen powered cars. I am going to be the engineer, and I'm gonna tell you why this has been very revolutionary for the car industry. Does faster mean healthier? We will get into why this method has been so popular. But first, we need to take a look at where hydrogen comes from and how can it power a car. I mean, like an entire car powered by hydrogen. It's just crazy. So, where do we get hydrogen from? Hydrogen is an important component in our atmosphere and abundant in life. Hydrogen is produced mostly by water, and at standard temperature and pressure, hydrogen is a colorless, odorless, tasteless, and non toxic, highly combustible diatomic gas. Well, that's a problem. If hydrogen contacts with some very explosive whatever, it will the car will explode. Maybe there's a con there is that you can see, but I just think hydrogen cars are amazing. So if there's not enough hydrogen to power the car, they created these hydrogen generators, and it's a whole process. So hydrogen or water is placed over two metal plates charged with energy. Then these plates cause the water, the elements to split. Then you burn it over 1,000 degrees Celsius and it creates water vapor that will create the energy. This all happens thanks to fuel cells. Fuel cells are so important. They are these like batteries in which you put two chemicals. In these cases, it will be hydrogen and oxygen, and it will make up some reactions and it will convert these reactions into energy, which will later get sent to a battery. So, fuel cells are very important for cars. But mostly, hydrogen is produced from fossil fuels and specifically from natural gases. So, in here, we can appreciate better a picture which shows us how a fuel cell works. And every hydrogen powered car has a fuel cell. So, first, hydrogen gas enters the fuel cell, and oxygen also enters the fuel cell. They mix with heat, and together they create energy. What's left of that, the leftover, it's water vapor. And water vapor goes out from the back of the car, while this hydrogen and oxygen still get mixed and get burned to a temperature sufficient enough to create energy to power a whole car. So, in here we can see the energy transfers, how what we lose and what we transfer. The first thing, hydrogen gets added to the generator. That will become a chemical transfer. Then the generator heats up water and turns it to steam over 1,000 degrees. That is thermal energy. Hydrogen and oxygen get mixed. That is a chemical reaction. And last but not least, two plates create electricity. And that is electric. We lose some energy to the thermal energy used to cool the water and thermal energy due to friction of the turning of the turbines and generator. So the energy we lose is the thermal because the water vapor that goes out of the fuel cell, and thermal also because water vapor is also water. So in this image we can appreciate better how a hydrogen electric car is powered. We can see its insides, we can see it has a battery motor, a fuel cell, which we talked about before. very, very important for this. A high pressure hydrogen tanks, battery, and fuel cell converter. So, from the front of the car, oxygen enters, mixing it with hydrogen, and these chemicals get burned, and that reaction creates the energy that is sent to the battery, that is later sent to the motor. But first, it has to pass through the fuel cells, which mix the elements, and then the electricity that produces the fuel cell it's sent to a battery. And when the motor needs electricity, the battery will send electricity to the motor. And here is the image you can appreciate with if you want to read it. There's our more in-depth details on how each thing in the car works, but it's not that relevant. Now, next slide. We can see some comprehension questions to see if Weston or the class paid attention. So, what is a fuel cell? This is very important, and a hydrogen car will not work without one. And the other question, it's a higher level question you need to think. What are some advantages and disadvantages that hydrogen cars have over other cars? So, thank you for tuning in, class. Weston, thank you for paying attention to me. I hope you learned, and I would like to know who is your roommate. Bye. Have a nice quarantine. Enjoy yourselves.